In the last class, we have seen advance receipts and how to enter the sales invoice, which is executed in same month. In the sense, we have received advance and we perform that sales operation, sales transactions in a same month. So now what we are doing today is we are doing the same transactions, but we received an advance in the previous month and we are sending the goods or we are selling the goods in the next month. Okay, so how to enter this kind of transaction? So here the various steps involved in accounting of advance receipts and sales invoices in different months. So here he has given some exercise here. First, initially he is purchasing some HP printers from Crescent Traders. So you have to enter this in purchase voucher. Then he is receiving 1,50,000 from Moon Traders. It is an advance on first. Second, also he is receiving advance of 80,000. Next, it is in the month of August. Next, in the month of September, he is performing that sales operation. So received advance in August and he is performing that sales. He sold the goods on September. So here you have two different months. Then how to enter these transactions, we'll see now. Initially we have to go with the purchase voucher. So this is my Tally and Universal Traders company purchase voucher. So what is the invoice he has given? So purchase voucher, we have to create Crescent Traders as a sundry creditor, and purchase ledger we have to create, purchase taxable. Invoice number is 20, supplier number is 20. Okay, so supplier number is 20, party name Alt C, Crescent Traders, Crescent Traders. Sundry creditor, yes, 20. He is also from Telangana. Regular. Now GST number you have to enter here. 36 AAP FG1 655 C1Z H. Okay. Next you have to create a ledger. Already we have purchase taxable, types of goods, HP. So how many you are purchasing? 50, 8,200. 50, 8,200. Adentalli? Not this. 120, 7,500 kada. 120, 7,500. CGST. Okay. nature of transaction, purchase taxable amount 18%, goods. Okay, so central tax, state tax total 81,000. So this is purchase voucher is done. We are done with purchase voucher. Next, we have to record this advance receipt option. So in the last class, advance receipt option is not available. We didn't find, but today I'll show you how to activate this advance receipt. Now for that, what we have to do is we just go to F11 under statutory, company, GST. Here you have to make this option enable tax liability on advance receipt. You have to enable this option as yes. Once you make it yes, then we will get one option at receipts. In the receipt voucher, we have an option here, nature of receipt. If you click on it, then we can find advance receipt option. Okay, so this is advance receipt. That is called as advance receipt. Next, so here we have to enter the transaction. I am going with the 1st August. It is bank. I have to change the date, F2. I will make it 1/4/2021. Okay, so we have to received from Moon Traders. So this is advance receipt details. So we have for HP printers, and we have received amount. First we have received how much? 1,50,000 kada. We have received advance of 1,50,000. So in this 1,50,000 already some taxes will also be included. So this is the tax amount which are included in this 11,440, 11,440. This will be the tax which is included in that. So that screen will be look like this. This is the thing. 1,77,000. Total is 1,77,000. So here press F12. If tax calculation type is on item right, allow provide quality calculation. Okay. So we have here we are giving advance. So ADV by 0 to 20 days, 1,50,000 will be the advance. Okay. 1,77,000 has to come. Okay. So this is advance whatever I have given. Next, second advance, it is on another date. See, 2nd August, it is 1st August. Okay. Same bank, Moon Traders. So it is also nature of payment is advance. Nature of receipt, advance receipt. So here we have received 80,000. Okay. Second one which we have received is 80,000. So the amount will be look like this. This is advance by 03. So I received second advance. Now we have to go with sales voucher. Now where we can see this under GSTR 2, sorry, GSTR 1, we can see these things. Go to display, statutory reports, GST, GSTR 1. Here we have to specify the same period. GSTR 1 report screen look like this. Tax liability on advance to view voucher register. This one. It is not coming. $230,000. This is sales. Okay. Right. So after this, now we have to go with journal voucher to raise the tax liability. So we have to pay that tax, whatever the amount we have. So total 27,000 we have to pay. So for that, which is already included in that advance, so you have to extract it. So for that, go to journal voucher. F7 journal voucher. Next here we have to go with tax on advance and central tax, sales tax. Used for increase of tax liability. Go to journal voucher, Alt C, tax on advance in the name field, current assets. Okay, Alt C, tax on advance, it comes under as he said current asset. Next control you to accept. So that amount is 27,000. Central tax type of duty GST, and we have to select on account of advance receipts. Advance receipt option, why it is not coming here? Additional nature of adjustment, increase of tax liability. Increase of tax liability. Here advance of receipts, on account of advance receipts, on account of advance receipts. Okay. Next on particulars 27,000, central tax 30,500. State tax, 13,500. So these are the two amounts what we have entered. This is tax on advance, central tax and state tax. So this 27,000 which is already included in that 1,50,000 advance which we have already paid. So to deduct that tax amount, we are converting that amount to central tax and state tax. Okay, already we paid tax in advance, so that will be our current asset for us. In the same way, we go with the second tax amount. So second advance what we have paid, 8,000 we have paid, no? So in that also we have some tax amounts, so that also we have to adjust. So again, tax in advance, so second amounts will be 14,400. Go with the same stats adjustment. GST, here we have to go with increase of tax liability and advance on account of advance receipts. So 14,400. So in this state tax, what is the state tax amount? 7,200. 7,200. Next, central tax 7,200. So adjustment is done. Next, we have to go with sales. Accounting voucher, sales voucher, UT by 18/06, UT by 18/06, and we'll go with the date. I'll take it as 1/5/2021. Party name Moon Traders. Here Alt C, taxable sales, under sales, yes, HP printers, sales taxable, where is this sales taxable, 18% goods. So name of the item is HP printers. How many we have sold? 58,200. 58,200. Central tax 36,900. State tax 36,900. Okay, so total 4,83,800. So this is about sales. Okay, so now we'll go to that GST display, statutory reports, GST, GSTR1, There is a mismatch. What are they? Yeah. So now we can see that taxable things under here. Next, a set of tax paid against so amount unadjusted against applies. This is 2,60,000. So after recording the entry, the transaction shifted to tax liability. So the transactions will be here: 20,700 and 41,400. Total 62,100 will be the tax amounts which are to be adjusted. Advance which we have received, advance taxes. Okay. So when we are dealing with in different months, we perform that sale operation in the next month. So it is in the sense we have received an advance. In that advance, we have already tax amount included. So that means we have received the tax in advance. Already we have paid it. So that is considered as a current asset. So you have to create tax liabilities and you have to enter the transactions into journal voucher to adjust that amounts which is included in that. So this is the way how to enter the transactions. Here you just observe this transaction once again. I'll explain you once again. Here total 4 transactions are there. First one, it is a normal purchase, already we know. Then second one, he received an advance of 1,50,000 and he received second advance of 80,000. Third one is sale of goods. So total he sold 50 and 8,200, 4,10,000 will be the sale amount. And here advance which he has received is 2,30,000. So in this 2,30,000, some amount some advance will be there, the tax amount will be there. So you have to enter the transactions. First we have to go with receipt voucher, 2 receipt vouchers and along with advance receipts. Okay. So that advance receipt option will be available when you need to activate F11 features, statutory tag under company details in GST. Here you have to activate this option. Please remember, enable tax liability on advance receipts, yes. If you make it as yes, then only that advance receipt option will come, or else it won't come. Okay, remember this point. So that is about this topic. And after this, how to cancel the advance. So he has given 2 advances. We have received 2 advances, but now he want to cancel one advance, that is F 80,000 amount he want to cancel. So we'll see how to enter the transactions. Reversal of GST on account of cancellation of advance receipt. So here accounting of advance receipt and its cancellation in the same month in tally. So in first, Moon Traders cancelled the advance receipt which was received on 2nd August. Advance 03 ఉన్న అడ్వాన్స్ ని వాళ్ళు క్యాన్సిల్ చేసేసుకుంటున్నారు. Then how to enter the transaction. So all the adjustments will be in journal voucher. So go to journal voucher. Next we have to go with date. Already dates are available. So go to tax adjustments, GST, decrease of tax liability, and cancellation of, here we have cancellation of advance receipts. Cancellation of advance receipts. So here you have to select central tax 7,200, state tax, it is also DR 7,200, total tax on advance. So you are removing that 7200 entry. Okay. So previously you have credited central tax and sales tax, now you are debiting it. So you are entering the same transaction at opposite side, the transaction will be cancelled. Okay. So this is the way how to cancel the receipt. Okay, I will show you once again. So here first you have to go to stats adjustment, in that type of duty will be GST. Second, decrease of tax liability, previously we have selected increase of tax liability, now you have to decrease that. Third one, cancellation of advance receipt, so now we are cancelling the advance receipt, no? So you have to select that option, then remaining options, remaining amounts will be the same. So total what will be the whatever the GST amount we have, CGST and SGST, those two amounts will be deducted from this. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everyone are very silent. Are you listening or are you sleeping?
Evening, sir.
Okay. Okay. So you just go through with the same topic, ma. Previously we have just now we have done with advance receipts. The same thing we have here, advance payments. So whatever we do with sales, the same thing now here we have to do with purchases. The same, there is no difference between these two. There we have to select sales ledger, here we will select purchase ledger, that's it. Okay, easily you can go through with this. You just go through with this question, advance payments option. Okay, very similar than the same previous one. Now we will see mixed supply of goods. This is the today's last topic we will discuss today. Mixed supply of goods. Mixed supply of goods refers to the supply of combination of two or more goods and services for a single price by a taxable individual. The combination of goods or services are supplied individually in the ordinary course of business. They are not bundled due to natural necessities. Okay, same item in two different bundles. Okay, so this is considered as mixed supply of goods. Okay, so in the first bundle we have 100, in the second bundle we have 150. So this is the triplet pack, candy, hot chocolate mix, coffee. Same pack, but here we have only 100 items, in this we have 150. So record the above transaction in the tally. So how to enter the transaction? This one. So what we have to create? Go to gateway of tally ledgers. We have to create bag-ins traders as sundry debtors because we are selling the goods. Sold to bag-ins traders, so they will be sundry debtors. So here he have created sundry debtors ledger along with the GST details, and mixed sales ledger, we have to create a sales ledger. Under sales account, statutory details are yes, it is applicable, it is no, type of supply is goods. Then we have to create that stock item, triple pack. Under bundles, just create that with a HSN number. Calculation on value, it is a taxable one, and integrated tax. Tax type rate is integrated tax. So integrated tax 18 వేసుకుంటే automatically it will calculate the CGST and SGST. Enter the opening balance of quantity as 250. Now record the sales transaction. So go to sales voucher and select this bag-in traders under the party name and select mixed sales. Select the stock item as triple packet and the quantity will be 100 and the rate is 500. It is just like this. So your sales voucher would be like this: 100, 500. That is for one transaction. next 150 500 for another transaction. So you have to enter two sales vouchers. So 100 150, sorry, 100 500, 150 500. Okay, I'll explain. I'll create accounts info, ledger, create, bragging traders, under sundry debtors, yes, 25 days, regular, again we go with the same 36 AA PFG 1655 C1ZH. Next, mix, sales, under sales, applicable, yes, okay, right, it is goods. Next ledger we have to create stock items, we have to create, escape, inventory, stock item, create. What is the stock item? Triplet pack, TRIP let pack, under primary, units, bundles, applicable, yes. Here we have to enter the transactions, description, bundled goods, HSN number 1234687, on value, taxable, here it is 18%, goods, quantity he said 250 kada, 250 bundles. What is the price? Enter the opening balance of quantity as 250. So then what would be the price for this 250? Rate is 500 only, kada? Okay. Now we'll go to sales voucher, sales. What is that reference number? SAL01, SAL by 01, party name Baggin Traders. It is a mix sale, triplet pack, 100 150. Sorry, 100 500. So total amount is 50,000, and we have to create CGST and SGST. సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ మీకు అర్థమైందా? ఓకేనా? సింపుల్ సేల్స్ వోచర్. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next, the same we have to go with one more, SCL02, SCL02, Bag-in traders, mixed sale, now this time 150, 500. State tax, central tax. So these are the two things, mixed supply. Next, composite supply. Okay, this composite supply we'll see tomorrow. Okay, see, mixed supply in the sense where we have same rate, but here composite supply we have different items with different rates. Different items. Composite supply of goods refers to the supply of combination of two or more supply of goods or services of both for a single price by a taxable person. They are naturally bundled based upon the necessities during the ordinary course of the business. The elements of such supply are dependent elements on the principal supply of goods. Okay. Supply of combination of two or more supplies of goods or services both for a single price. Okay. Okay, we'll see this in the next class. Okay, so